Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day exploring Stia and NGS and all that fun stuff. Today we're going to go over the skills again, but with visuals. I managed to get some and understand most of them, and there are a couple even myself is confused about. But hopefully I'll be able to better understand it as this video goes on. But anyways, let's get into it. For starters, we have Hunter's new skills, starting with Hunter Physique Extra Shield. This will grant you a shield after your Hunter's Physique active goes on cooldown. The shield lasts for quite a long time. The shield will always trigger on any PA you use as Hunter, and if you take a decent amount of hits, the shield may disappear. I think this skill brought back the usage of the short cycle passive, reducing the Hunter's Physique cooldown by a lot depending on how many points you put into the skill. Sword Attack Alternation is a passive that lets you do a normal attack after triggering the Hunter Arts Avenger passive. This is a good skill and it can deal a good amount of damage and possibly close some distance. Wired Avenger Range Collection will maximize potency depending on the distance between you and the enemy. Generally speaking, you want to hit the enemies at the edge of your attack range to deal more damage, and Wired Lances can cover a lot of range and ground control. Partisan Quick Assault is a passive that basically enables you to do a quick cut. To trigger it, you can either do a sidestep attack or a successful sidestep counter. The weapon action's Assault Charge after a PA, or after performing a Photon Blast, letting you close in on the enemy at a fast rate. This can also cover vertical ground as well. Moving on to fighter, we have Overload after PP Preservation, which will decrease PP consumption once the Overload active goes on cooldown. Twin Dagger's Quick Attack is much like Partisans, but instead you can normal attack after the 4th normal attack string, after the acceleration drive, which triggers either using the weapon action or after a PA, or after using a Photon Blast. Knuckle Attack Alternation enables you to change the attack string depending on the input of your 5th normal attack combo. At every 5 attack string you have 2 options, one with any directional input to perform the original 5th attack string, or no input to perform a ground slam dealing damage to those around you. Saber Attack Extra increases the max whirlwind stage from 2 to 3. The 3rd stage visual will show a wide ring around your character, and with this you have 2 options. Both of these depend on which version of the whirlwind finisher you do. Using Deadly Archer at the 3rd stage will consume all charges, but using the Spiral Drive, which is your normal attack version, will perform an explosion, but you'll go back to stage 2 of the whirlwind state. Rifle Grenadier grants you iframes when throwing grenades with your assault rifle. Stealth Strike reduces the chances of you pulling aggro on enemies towards you. Blight Round's self-benefit allows you to deal more damage to any parts of the enemy that is not marked with Blight Rounds. So you can basically shoot the Blight Rounds on the weak spot for other players to attack and charge it, and you can hit another part and do roughly more damage. Launcher Attack Reinforced generally boosts the attack speed of your normal attacks with a launcher weapon. We have Hail of Bullets, which is a chargeable active skill for gunners. This basically lets you burst down enemies and perform a large number of hits. This is very good for whenever you charge up the chain trigger. Chain Trigger Increase lets you charge up the chain trigger up to 150 instead of 100. But the catch is with this is the potency will be reduced depending on what your chain is at above 101, but you will gain attack speed as well. Chain Finish Advance gives you iframes when performing chain finishers. And Chain Finish PP Preservation reduces PPE consumption when you perform the chain finisher. Raw Charge Quick Move lets you move faster when charging techniques, slightly slower than Bouncer's move speed, but I guess it's something. Talus Sign Marking lets you mark enemies and deal bonus damage by attacking them with either Talus's normal attacks or its weapon action. United Technique PP Well Up grants you natural PP regen when using compound text. Compound Technique Gauge Amplifier lets you charge your compound text faster if you attack enemies' elemental weak point. And for wands, we have Wand Element Pursuit. This lets you do an additional attack whenever you revoke your element from your weapon action. Keep in mind that this charges faster if you successfully guard using the weapon action or sidestep. You can see the icon above your second half of the sub palette. Compound Technique Gauge Amplifier is the same for Techter, charging your compound text from attacking elemental weak points. Taluses also have the same as Forces, using either the weapon action or a normal attack to mark enemies. Next up is Braver. Fearless Attitude PP Preservation reduces the first PA you use after countering with Fearless Attitude. Bow Illusion EX counter is a tricky one. To trigger this, you must perform a PA and then the weapon action, triggering the Bow Illusion Plus passive and then normal attack to bring the counter attack out. Special ability optimization Braver, I think this takes the stats on your currently equipped weapon and armor and adds them up. You basically get the stat of whatever is higher and it applies to both melee and ranged potency. Rest Assign PP gain lets you regen PP alongside HP while using Rest Assign. For bouncers, we have Pinion Blade for Soaring Blades. It is a chargeable active skill that winds up a big attack. It has a long animation, but it can do a lot of damage. Special ability optimization Bouncer is the same thing, taking the stats of your current gear, adding them up, and getting whatever is higher depending on your stats, whether it's melee potency or type potency. Taking the stats of your current gear, adding them up, and getting whatever is higher depending on your stats. Which makes sense since considering that both Braver and Bouncer are both hybrid classes. Jet Sweep Jolt Rapid Boost triggers after you use the active skill, granting you attack speed on the photon arts for a set time. Decline Gel effect triggers once you afflict both physical and elemental declines to enemies. There are icons that will show up next to the enemy's name letting you know which one is applied, though I'm not sure if there is a visual effect for letting us know when it's applied. And last but not least, we have Waker with Harmonizer Focus Extra, granting you 3 charges instead of 2. Familiar Harmony Marking Clef allows you to apply the clef mark by using the Familiar Harmony's active, allowing you to detonate the mark that way as well. Marmello Patience is a great skill if you don't like to time counters. This lets you hold the weapon action down to bring out Marmello to block incoming attacks. However, the drawback to this is that you will take reduced damage, so you still gotta be mindful of your HP and be careful not to die. But yeah, that's about it for the new skills. I hope this was helpful. If you are still confused on any of these new skills, let me know, comment below. And I'm pretty active on responding to comments, so yeah. And feel free to join the Discord as well. It might not be active, but I am mostly active on Discord. But anyways, I hope this helps. I'm also grateful about the positive feedback I received from the montage I released earlier on the channel. I was really happy of how it turned out, and I'm hoping to do another one in the near future. Anyways, I would appreciate a like and a sub to the channel for more PSO2 content, and I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.